probably pull out some, or just look for something. Just like to look at the shrine and see what's going on with it. Maybe pray for safe travels, considering, like, it's been one hell of a time.
Indeed.
So
you still have the items found on it.
The helmet and the bow. Well, Korzhdov kept the bow for himself.
I think we're good for now. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna pray for safe travels and then rest up for the night so we can get moving in the morning. So, all right, let's see. First roll of the night. Are we gonna have a bad roll or are we gonna have a good roll?
What are you rolling?
Religion.
Oh. Yeah. Make a religion check. To pray at the altar.
All right. Okay, we're probably gonna have one of those nights, folks. 23.
You feel the connection with this natural place. Your prayer echoes through the spirits of the animals. You feel their gratefulness, their positive energy circulating around you. Kinareth hears your plea. You have saved this place. And now this place will be a sanctuary for animals, people, living creatures of all kinds. Let's see. Azora is fallen asleep after her bath. Don't know if any one of you is going to stay up, keep watch.
I know the perfect person for that one. Randy.
Can Randy be active as you are sleeping? I don't think so.
Didn't they stay watch one time?
In the city, in the desert. Did he?
Well, when you're unconscious, he's no longer bound. Here he is.
Okay. So then he goes unbound after I go to sleep.
Yeah. He returns to whatever plane of oblivion or whatever other plane he comes from.
Alright. I think I'm gonna stay in the cart just for, just for the comfort and also just to... Or or just stay near Korzhidov and Azora, not be too far away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Portugal will sleep near the altar. He is convinced that nothing wrong will happen tonight because he believes they have the protection of the spirits of the animals, as they are thankful for our actions last time.
Cool. And indeed, it is a peaceful night. You hear the chirping of birds, the light steps, trotting, running of animals. Even the sound of some rodents is welcome here after the silence of death had overcome this place. You awaken, feeling well rested.
Yes. That's good. So, shall we make our way to the city of Mold?
Portugal says, "Let us go."
Oh yeah, let's not forget the body of the guy so we can, I don't know, maybe get a bounty or whatever.
Oh yeah. Apparently, he seemed to be some sort of terror in the city. So I believe the inhabitant will be thankful to us.
You make way to the city of Mold. And the first sign of civilization you see in front of you is a literal sign. It directs you to the Dump Inn.
It directs us to the Dumb Inn.
Yes. As in slightly moist.
Ah, damn.
I
I
ain't
thought
gonna
it
say
was
no to a drink.
dumb.
It is a very busy inn. You see people of all races, all backgrounds. And as you walk in, could you describe yourselves? Kozhurdov and Aurelia.
Uh, so Aurelia is like the stereotypical Nord is like very muscular. She is not the stereotypical Nord. In fact, she did not get enough sweet rolls when she was a child. Because of this, she is very much weaker than your average Nord. But she also prefers it this way, as she prefers to study lore and learn more about her religion and practice it across Tamriel. You know, she's not a warrior.
Korzhudov is, well, Khajiit. He's not very big, not very buff. He's more like lean and athletic. Though with the clothes that he's wearing, you cannot really tell that. You can tell, however, that he walks like lightly. Very agile. nimbly.
There is also a red guard woman with them who is very buff, very muscular, and she wears very minimal clothing, preferring to go for trophies and other fetishes. And she also has a skull mask on her head. She uses a great axe for a weapon.
And then there's Randy, the savior of the party.
There is also this sand atronach.
Don't tell me that you have Randy conjured right here, right now. You want to scare people?
I mean, no, it's just because the DM had him out. I assumed that he went away as the night. As soon as we went to bed. So
He's not
you know,
conjured. Now, the moment you step in the inn, there is silence. As if everybody stopped what they were doing to as a response to your entering. You feel everybody sort of staring at you. And then everybody continues chattering, murmuring amongst one another.
is that Madame Demetrescu?
Where?
This
Right
one?
there. Is that the all vampire lady?
The,
Oh no.
There's obviously drunk people on the floor. You can tell there is good booze in here.
are we going to just walk in with the dead body of the hunter? Well,
No.
no. I guess it's in the cart.
You could keep it in the car, yes.
Second. Yeah, let's leave it in the cart, wrapped out in some fabric that we have or something.
Mm-hmm. It's concealed. For purposes of causing aggro with the villagers, civilians.
Never should have come here.
Stop! You violated the law. The innkeep, of course, will serve you once you've taken seat at one of the tables. Right now, he's been orbited by a dark elf who is holding a bottle of wine, presenting it as if to sell it to the innkeep.
I very much would like to meet this dark elf. They look like a trustworthy person.
What would the conversation with the innkeep be like? What would people overhear while the innkeep was going towards them to serve them?
They would hear an insistent and smooth talking dark elf continually ask that the innkeeper just taste the liquor he's offering, because he knows that once he tastes it, he's never going to want to sell anything else at his tavern. And at every no, he says, "But what if?" And he adds some other option or discount or something he's trying to offer.
I like this guy already.
The innkeep is hesitant. He says, I told you already, I don't want your liquor, your wine, whatever it is. I have what I need.
What would it
And
take you to just taste it? What if I brought it over some patrons and they tasted it for free on my dime, and they told you how much they wanted to have it again? Would that convince you?
seeing that there's an opportunity to serve customers free of charge, the innkeep is a lot more susceptible to persuasion. You can make a persuasion test with advantage.
Okay. Give me one moment. Is there a way to roll with advantage on the dice roller?
You can type ADV at the end of the command, or you can just roll 2d20s.
Yeah. Moment. I'm kind of checking my bonus rolls.
Exclamation point.
Oh, of course it is.
That's a 19.
And then
Total of
I'm gonna
23,
just do it
yeah.
one more time.
The innkeep is... The innkeeper is accepting your offer, well, and points to these three fellows. They can have a go.
Well, if you'd like to take out a couple of glasses, I'll pour it myself. And he says, come over, come over. I have the finest Dunmarian liquor for sale.
Aurelia goes, liquor, walks over.
Straight from Morrowind.
Azora sits down. Of course, this conversation is overheard. Azora is... well, she responds, yes, of course, yeah, I'll have some. Sits down eagerly, waiting for the innkeeper to bring glasses over. And
I think Devin, during this time while he's waiting, is explaining. You see, this alcohol here is actually a distilled spirit. It it's made from salt rice, which typically you may have heard of just salt rice as a grain, but you can make all kinds of things out of it. This, for example, is probably the most exciting use of salt rice. Stronger than your average ale or wine too, so you don't have to drink nearly as much to feel it.
the innkeep...
Aurelia,
yeah, go ahead.
Aurelia says, yeah, I've had liquor that might be considered a little better than it was, and granted, it was the worst place you'll ever be, but it was still good wine. But yeah, I'm gonna drink this.
The innkeeper, not being sure what kind of glasses to bring, he brings a bunch. Tankards, cups, goblets.
I look for a small clear glass cup if there is anything like that. Maybe a small a small glass cup.
There is one, yes.
and I take the liberty of pouring out what's probably about a shot or two into each glass and handing it to the patrons.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you drink this, you may want to sip it at first or take a whiff so you know what you're getting yourself into. But but let me know what you think about it, and let him know especially. And he points over to the innkeeper.
I'm gonna make an insight check, dude. Like, is this genuine? Like, is he like signaling anything?
I don't know. Are you signaling anything?
I feel like I just look like I'm eager to make a sale. I think that's my big thing right now. Like,
Okay.
really, I don't care about what these people think about it as long as they tell this guy they want more.
Okay, an insight check from Aurelia and the persuasion from the Dunmer.
Sure.
Okay, let's just see what happens. I swear this is never going to happen again. 26.
Let me just roll it. Sorry.
Why? Why, God, why? I thought I used up my luck on Tuesday.
10.
Mm. It is evident to Aurelia that this Dunmer is very much wanting to make a sale here without any hidden meanings. He just wants to make to satisfy a customer.
Aurelia
It's up to you, Aurelia.
and him, and then decides to,
Aurelia is cutting out, unfortunately.
Yeah. The liquor's getting to her already.
Hello,
It's through the air.
hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So she's gonna sniff it a little bit
It probably burns your nose hairs as you take a big whiff.
if she had any,
Yeah. Okay.
and so yeah, no, I'm just gonna down this shit in one go. Just
Oh, a feisty one here. Well,
What's
drink
it
up,
taste?
you other two.
What's it taste like?
Imagine a slightly salty vodka. It would be like that. Just a strong, plain spirit with a little bit of salt flavor.
It doesn't sound so bad.
That sounds like that's just made. You just made pickle juice.
Azora, the Redguard woman, will also down it in one go and ask for a second.
Well, how about you tell me what you thought of it first, before you go drinking half my bottle here.
I liked it.
Well, it's just stay loud enough for the bartender here. I pour Azura another one, but slightly smaller this time.
Hmm. Let's see if she notices. She doesn't.
He does.
She doesn't notice that this serving is smaller than the previous one.
It seems to already be affecting her judgment.
Aurelia just goes, I prefer wine though, but it is good, honestly. Really is great.
Well, it's good for your figure, you see. You only have to drink 1 glass of this for every 2 of wine. Somebody like yourself, obviously, would care about such things, about how much you really take into your body.
Are you saying I'm skinny?
Well, quite obviously, no.
Actually gonna Aurelia's just gonna order a bottle of wine from the bar, the best wine they got.
Mm-hmm.
But does Korzhudov drink the vodka?
Korzhudov will not drink alcohol.
Oh no.
Well, that's fine. Not everybody's a drinker.
Does the
How about
bartender?
you, bartender?
Oh,
The bartender took the opportunity to leave and comes back with a bottle of wine from High Rock, of course, some bread and wine. And doesn't really care. Well, he says, "Oh, as long as the customers like it, I guess I'll have a bottle to sell." And is willing to trade with you.
Yeah. Um, well, a bottle whole is about 20 drinks, and I figure you can probably sell a drink at a couple septims each. So wholesale, I can do 20 septims a bottle, and you'll make 40 off of it. How does that work for you?
He takes a moment to calculate. You see him sort of trying to hide that he's using his fingers to count. Yeah, that sounds very good. Good business.
Good. I take a bottle out of my pouch and hand it to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of it's like a black volcanic glass bottle that has the spirit kind of swirling inside of it with a bone cork topper.
Mm.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir. And I take my septims and go sit down in the corner to count them.
How much was the bottle?
Oh, for establishments like this, it's 20 each.
No. I'm talking about the bottle of wine I just ordered.
Oh, sorry.
Let me see. 1 second. It's 25 septims.
Okay. All right. Just sitting there with my fine bottle of wine. That's from Breton. From High Rock. And I'm just gonna pour myself a glass and just sip it.
Mhm.
No need to get drunk right now.
There is an alchemy table at the corner here. Just letting you guys know.
I really is kind of curious about this Dunmer. So she goes, you're a merchant of sorts?
Devin kind of looks up and he looks back down at his septims that he's kind of passing through his fingers, and he goes, a businessman, salesman, man of commerce. Yourself, what do you do?
I walk around. I wander around healing people.
Oh, so a priestess then.
Yep.
Well, it's good to have some of you around wherever you are. I appreciate what you do.
She goes, thank you, at least. I finally got some, she gets plenty of appreciation, but she gets appreciation from someone who isn't nobility.
Mm.
But Riley goes, well, I've been around. I think we started our journey down in the land The land of the Khajiit.
Oh, elsewhere then.
Yep, made our way to High Rock, and now we're back in the desert again.
I'm not sure what would possess you to visit two different deserts on one journey, but you know.
She goes. She goes. Well, in this case, this was more of a we needed to escape a horrible, horrible employment.
I know that feeling.
Got entangled in some Breton royal nonsense, and needless to say, I not very eager to go back to High Rock. Very
Yeah, well,
eager to get, very eager to get to Cyrodiil or just somewhere far, far away.
well, you seem to be taking it well, and he gestures to your 25 septum bottle of wine. It seems like High Rock can't get enough of you.
Aurelia goes. Well, fortunately for me, I happened to come across some wealth recently.
Oh?
And before anyone knows, yes, I do keep a coin pouch somewhere. You'll never find it. But yes, Aurelia looks and she goes, I've come across quite a bit of money. As such, I'm kind of just. I've been traveling with this. She looks at Korjadov, she goes, reliable. Really good. Moment.
At the mention of Aurelia having a lot of money, Devin takes a quick scan of her person and tries to see if he can see any like bulging coin outlines sticking out of any fabric or linens, maybe in her robe or her
I'm gonna
bag.
save you. I'm gonna save you the time. It's in her.
What?
Is she wearing the drip?
It's on her chest. You're never gonna get it.
Yeah, it's under the armor. There's no bulging.
Okay.
I mean, you can make an investigation with disadvantage.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Type exclamation point R space
Yep.
2d20
And then whatever my
whatever your modifier is.
yeah. Not very smart.
Oof.
6.
Oof.
What'd you roll?
A 20 and a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Oh.
don't see any unnatural bulges on Aurelia's person. You can only notice how expensive this combination of dress and armor must be. Very well tailored. The metal is all very well finished. Very, very well polished. Just her clothes are a small fortune. Are worth a small fortune.
Aurelia kind of notices it, and he goes, "Yeah, I kind of scammed some nobles to buy me this dress."
Well, what's money if you can't spend it?
Like, Aurelia just thinks to herself, "Anyway, we're on our way to
A bit hard to make out what you're saying.
Yeah, you're getting up.
Sorry, we're hoping to make a point in there, or at least put some distance between us, some potential trouble." Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, it's a
Yeah,
second,
we're
yeah.
sorry. My
You're good.
my internet sometimes shit. Also, when I move around, I tend to move around in my room. I have ADHD.
Hmm.
But so Aurelia basically says, "Yeah, we're trying to put some distance between us and some troubles that, to be honest, they're probably not coming. But I'd rather not stick around and find out."
Well, where's you and your group heading? Because I'm a traveler myself. I could use some company.
Cyrodiil.
Cyrodiil, perfect. My company has a branch there.
What is your company?
Well, it's none other than the Morrowind Liquor Company.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't really know anything. I was about to say, sounds like you guys have. Wait, would I've actually heard of this brand?
You make a history check.
Folks, this is where I lose. This is where I finally fail. A 12. Not failure.
You've heard the name before, but you hadn't associated it with liquor or anything else. You just probably have only seen it on a sign or something.
I could do for a restock. I was thinking about heading out east back to Cyrodiil and maybe even home afterwards to Morrowind myself, but one can only really stand the desert for so long anyway.
Aurelia, oh, believe me. I know. Too many scorpions.
Well, let me know if you could use the company, and I go back to counting my septums.
I go, sure, we could actually use the company, right, Korzhilov?
Well, Korzhilov will formally present himself and he say, "Greetings, my name is Korzhilov. I come from the Kazalkosh monastery and will be delighted to have you as a traveling company."
Well met, Korjatov. I'm Delvin Nalorian from House Dress. I'm happy to meet you and to travel.
Also, just letting you know now, like, basically, I have a lot of money, but if you asked Aurelia, she'd probably buy something for you.
Good to know.
Because what do I need with 1,200 saddle? At this point, I don't know what to buy.
Give everything away to charity. Nothing's stopping you.
Donate it to the church?
No, charity, not the church. There is no church here.
Make it a gift to Kinnereth and bury it in the ground. Or
Yes.
throw it in a lake.
Or throw it in the air. What comes down is yours. What comes up is from Akatosh.
In the distance, you hear an Argonian female asking different groups of patrons at the bar, "Oh, would you happen to say that you're a team? Are you traveling together?"
Aurelia just nods and goes, "Yep."
Okay, I finally make
Korzhilov.
my way over to the group with the dark elf, the Nord, the Khajiit, and the horned masked red guard, and I ask, "Oh, there's quite a few different species here. Would you happen to be a team?"
Well, I don't know if I would necessarily call them a team, but we just made some traveling arrangements.
Oh, so I could use traveling arrangements. Would you need another member for the travel arrangements?
Aurelia shrugs her
Um,
shoulders and goes, "I'm okay with it."
Koshudov says, traveling in groups, it's always more safe than traveling alone.
the Dunmer is very obviously apprehensive about an Argonian joining them. And he says, well, yes. And he says, Argonian, where are you going?
Well, I was just about to ask where you all are going.
Well, I believe the group here is heading towards the capital, Cyrodiil.
No way, I'm going to Cyrodiil too.
I'm making an insight check to see if she was actually going to Cyrodiil.
It's a good insight. I don't believe this
Yeah.
already.
You can make a
Remind
deception
me.
if you're lying.
Yeah, if you're lying, you're gonna have to roll deception.
No, I'm telling the truth. I was going where we all were going.
Yeah, roll persuasion, and
Okay.
yeah, whoever is questioning her can roll insight check.
Hey yo, George
I
just
got a
rolled
nat
that
20.
20. I don't have to fucking do shit.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm no coward, so I'm probably gonna roll 2.
Let's see if we get a
Okay.
natural one here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Um,
need to roll my nat. Okay, a 6. We're rolling low, boys. We're getting lower. We're getting to that nat 1. I promise, chat. We'll get the quota.
is that it?
It's exclamation point, not slash.
Oh, at the
And you
beginning.
typed your guide as well.
Type my what? I'm sorry.
The guide of the.
Yeah, well, that way I can see it later.
All right, that's a good point. All right.
Hmm.
Hey, did you add your butt?
-1, I get a 7.
Okay.
Well, the Argonian isn't very persuasive. Aurelia, you don't necessarily trust that the Argonian was going to Cyrodiil originally, but she will be going since you said you will be going. And Jard's the Dark Elf, you know the Argonian was going to Cyrodiil, and for whatever reason they were asking for confirmation or whatever the reason might be.
Hmm. I say I'm all right with it, but I'm gonna. It depends on what you all say.
Sure, I've got no problem with it.
Koshudov
Awesome.
also
I'd love
agrees.
to be a part of your team.
What were you saying, Kozhurdov?
He agrees too.
Hmm.
I see that everyone else is standing around the table with drinks and that the red guard is sitting down, so I take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sitting there smiling. Big weird smile, like doing my best.
Hello, fellow humans.
Yeah.
Really struggling with the chair there, are you, Argonian? Sit often?
Managed. You don't have chairs
I
in,
must
in the
admit,
Mars you're from?
swimming suits me a bit better, but I do like these. These are very nice.
From what I know, they're more used to sitting on the floor.
Is that something that y'all do here?
Well, there is
I
a
look
part of
hopefully
this venue that people sit on the floor, and they are also consuming narcotics of all sorts.
Are they eating the moon sugar? The moon booger sugar?
The moon booger sugar.
They're not eating moon sugar, but these small teapots definitely look like they hold skooma inside.
I see that all of the sitting people are doing skooma, and I politely say, "Oh no, actually, I really do like this chair. This is a very nice chair."
Oh no, we're traveling with a scuba addict.
I want you all to make an insight check.
Uh-oh. All of us to make one?
All of you. All of you.
Yeah, 25.
We got our natural one.
6. Portugal
Oh.
rolls 6 total. 4 plus 2.
All right. So, you notice. Well, let me see again. Aurelia mainly. You notice that the people in here are still side-eyeing you. Mainly you and Kozhurdov and Azora. And they have selected to not sit on tables close to you. So, for example, this remains empty while the others are full, and you can tell that this was deliberate by the patrons.
Wow. Well, they don't like the kind does not approve of racism. I mean, how dare they look down upon the poor Khajiit? You know, the North, that's understandable.
Corn dog, you misinterpret this. Well, your character interprets this behavior for admiration. You feel like you are sitting on a table with people so famous, so influential that the others are too embarrassed, too shy to even look at them directly or sit near them.
Oh, I like smile even wider, pleased to have joined such an amazing team.
Are you wagging your tail?
Like, there's like a slight flick, but it's not what a dog would do. It's like a happy lizard's kind of snap, like just real quick.
Happy lizard noises.
Aurelia just kind of whispers over to Azora and goes, I don't think these people like us that much.
I say jealousy is a common emotion among many species.
Azora is busy gobbling up whatever it was she ordered. She was hungry and doesn't really care much about what other people think. She's enjoying her meal and her drink.
I see the wine that the dark elf has and say like, oh, like this must be a very famous spirit. You must be a very famous. Are you a spirit seller?
I am a spirit seller of sorts. Maybe not the mystical kind, but the drunkening kind. um, it is a famous spirit, maybe not so much in Hammerfell, but in other places.
I turn to the Nord and I look at her shield and sword and say, ah, and you must be a very famous warrior.
More like a healer, as she just kind of gestures over to the Red Guard, mainly for this one.
I turn to the Red Guard, then you are the famous warrior accompanied by the famous healer.
still with a mouthful, she says, "You know." And she looks at her scars. You can see there's an abundance of scars on her skin, on her body.
I nod approvingly. And I say, yes, this is the warrior. My apologies for the mistake earlier.
Aurelius just kind of just like at this point, that bottle of wine pretty much looks like a water bottle to her, and she just drinks it all in one go.
I'm surprised they couldn't make the sale for this one. He looks at Aurelia.
Like this is the bottle of wine that I ordered, just like because it's
So-
good wine.
Aurelia is now poisoned.
Poison? You mean drunk?
Yes.
Nice. Aurelia just goes, "Yep, I don't know about famous. Maybe I saved that one noble one time, but I don't even think that fucker gave me any credit."
I say, ah, and you work with nobles. Then I turn to the Khajiit. I say, ah, and what are you known for? That's
Ferdinand?
Ferdinand's cue.
Yeah. Drum roll, Ferdinand?
Yes. Yes. Could you repeat that, please?
Uh, this table is so well known by the other patrons. I was wondering what you are known for.
Korzydov answers, if there is tales about this one doesn't know about them.
So no particular reason, just famous. I look at you in slight admiration.
I'll be honest, I don't know the tales either.
Oh,
Are
really?
you guys famous? Is this what's going on? Did I just join some traveling circus or something, or what? What is this?
Well, surely,
really?
with the way that all the other creatures are looking at us, this is a famous group.
Devin starts to look around and try to see what's going on. Like,
You do notice there's you get a lot of side eye from the other patrons, and it's not the pleasant kind.
I try walking towards the bar and seeing if people avoid me as I walk up there.
They don't. It seems to
Okay.
be more aimed towards the Khajiit, the Red Guard, and the Nord.
Okay.
You can make a perception test to
Sure.
eavesdrop. Yeah.
Okay. 10.
You don't get enough information. The other people in the inn, they speak about some great calamity, something bad that's going to happen. There is a negative mood.
Hmm. All right, and I kind of wander back to the table and sit down again.
Korzydov looks around too, and he says, this one believes the other patrons are not happy with our presence.
Aurelia,
Perhaps
really?
they are overwhelmed by celebrities.
Aurelia just looks around and goes, "Welcome." I mean, just if you worry so much about these people, Korzydov, like maybe we should go and figure something out. Maybe something's going on. But we can probably do that, I don't know, some other time, because they really she's just kind of out of it. She goes, I just want to relax for 5 minutes. Not there being some sort of major calamity. Us having to fight something. This is basically just. She's basically just like, I'm done with everything.
Aurelia just passes out on the chair.
No. She's not passing out. She's just kind of like done with it all. Like she's sick and tired of having to go someplace, solve a problem, and then watch her friend nearly get killed.
I ask, oh, are we leaving?
Riley goes, that depends on what Bozhidov wants to do, or whatever happens.
Kozhudov says, maybe should be wise for us to leave indeed.
Good. Like she just keeps looking at Azora, who I'm assuming is just eating her food.
Yeah.
And she's just thinking to herself, possibly saying this a little bit out loud, like in a whisper, like, all the dummies in all the world, why did it have to be you that ended up having to protect me so much?
She didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, good. But she's like really, she's just sitting there and she's just thinking to herself, like now she's thinking, what if I lose her? What if I lose my friend? I'm going to be very depressed.
She pushes the empty plate to the side, empties her drink, and will take a comfortable seat right here. These rocking chairs. Please.
Azora is not cooperating. Good.
Not at all.
She could probably take an uncomfortable seat if you like.
Yeah. And it looks like she's gonna take a nap after this succulent meal. Succulent Chinese meal she had.
This is democracy manifest.
Aurelia just kind of, like, I don't know how you would describe her right now, but she's kind of just like drunkenly walking over and tries to sit next to her, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
See, Aurelia is based. Azora is not.
yes, she has the right opinion. She's got Nekahana's opinion. It was very spicy, apparently. She's got that Kinaret's opinion.
Azara is still conscious. She's rocking back and forth calmly, just looking at you, stumbling over next to her.
It's just like insert cartoon sound effects here.
Make an agility saving throw.
Oh man, this is gonna be great. Can't think of the right one with that one. Let's do it. Anyone in the chat stand that one, please. Please.
Oh,
DM, you're never gonna believe this horseshit. It was a natural 20. What the fuck is this bullshit?
I see it.
See, most people get mad when they roll in that one. Not my ass.
Does poison give you disadvantage on saving throws? Don't think so.
I mean, drunk would. That's basically what drunk is.
Surely she's less dexterous when she's drunk.
No, it's not. It's attack rolls and ability checks.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't this just be a dex check instead of a dex saving throw?
It's not something you are trying to do actively. It's
Oh.
something you are passively reacting to. You sit down at the chair. It goes all the way back, but the weight of your armor, of your weapons, keeps the balance just right, and you remain at the maximal, like this, until with a slight movement you return to rocking normally.
Yeah, I love how it's over. Just watch this. She's probably like, "Oh god!" Absolutely ready to grab you this moment.
She was amused, but didn't bother to comment anything or react to it. You can only see her eyes like light up when she sees you balancing at the tip.
Aurelia just looks and goes, "What? You never seen this happen to me before?"
She
Oh.
says, I didn't have you for an acrobat. I've known you for so long and you still surprise me.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that surprise me about you, but you know, I keep growing.
Aurelia's slurred speech is intelligible and I couldn't make a word out of what you said.
Oh, I was saying, she's asking like, why do you keep growing this way, knowing
Again, please.
I'm basically saying, she's basically saying, how can you throw yourself into these situations knowing it could possibly lead to death?
But it doesn't when I'm with you.
She goes, yeah, but you were very far away that time. You almost died right there.
But I didn't.
He goes, I mean, I see your point, but if you can tell, she's kind of getting a little bit emotionally choked up here a little bit. Like, it's open. He goes, I don't know if you're gonna be okay, or if you could die, and then I can't save you. Sad. Because then all I'll have is the Khajiit, and he's great friend and all, but he's great friend.
As she's listening to you, she gives in and falls asleep.
Like Aurelia looks, she goes, "You little shit." She just like, she openly just goes, just like thinking with her two brain cells that are still doing overtime. She leans over and goes, "You know what? Fuck it," and kisses her right on the lips.
Make an agility test with a disadvantage.
Oh, here we go. Here we go, boys. This is where we roll so poorly. Then I end up doing something even dumber than that. Ah, did not respond. Hold on, I think I got this. I have to use the other, I rolled a 4 in total. So I rolled a 2. We're getting closer.
Okay. As you attempt to reach Azora on your rocking chair, the weight that kept you balanced when you sat down is now working against you. And you fall down.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Azura wakes up from the loud clanging noise you make as you fall. Instinctively grabs her weapon and is in no condition to use it, however. And confused looks around and asks, What happened? What's going on? Why are you on the floor?"
Aurelia, because she's at this point inebriated, just looks and she goes, I don't know. I think it's like I think this turned into a she don't know.
She hasn't realized what's happened, no.
She goes, I think I was trying to wake you up so we could get a room or something.
She agrees and says, yes, it's better to spend the night here. We've been traveling for quite some time. I'll make the arrangements. And she extends her hand, asking for septums to cover the costs.
I give her 25 septums.
She goes to the innkeeper and
I'm gonna
Looks-
awkwardly get up and walk towards the party.
this place.
No, like the party at the table.
Alright.
Aurelia's head hurts. She hit the ground hard. By the way, DM, how much damage did I take?
You don't take any damage from that.
No. Sadness. Take 1 point of bonk.
I make a quick note in my journal. Is Aurelia talking in third person?
She's basically at this point. All you hear is drunken nonsense.
Mm.
Devin
she
knows
goes-
drunken nonsense all too well.
She goes, you know, like she starts talking. She goes, you know, it's kind of hard for me to travel with my friend knowing that she always stands at the front of everything, and then I have to watch her fall down and have to keep her alive. I mean, if you've ever had a person you've truly cared for, cared about, loved even, you know what I'm talking about.
Devin just nods and he's not really listening.
It's drunken
Argonian
nonsense.
asked,
Just try to
few
be
off-
polite.
Do you often love your team members and tell them about it when you drink?
Just just this is the first time I've talked about it, but I've traveled with her from some time before I met. She's remembering Tom. She goes, before I met the traveling bard named Tominol, and then I met Korjudov.
Laragoni asks, and do you think it's the time that you spent or the way that the time was spent that made your bond stronger?
What is this? What is this? What is it? Interview?
The Argonian says, no, a friendly conversation between teammates, and quickly puts away the journal.
Oh god, I'm gonna end up on live. I'm gonna end up on a newspaper, aren't I? She goes, listen, it's not that. It's just that there's always a really. She goes, to be honest, I would very much like to be with her for the rest of my life, however long that is. And I would prefer if she would also like to be with me for the rest of my life, or her life, however long that is.
The Argonian slowly nods her head and says, and you feel like this sober as well?
Well, I'm not direct about it when I'm sober.
So would you say that your kind, the Nords, are more honest when drinking?
As far as I know, that's just me. Actually, what would that be? Would that be like a knowledge check on Nords?
It would be a nature check.
Oh, that's cool.
Do I have to do a nature check, or who's doing a nature
No,
check?
it's the
Oh,
other one.
okay.
Because you
Okay,
asked the question.
so would that be with disadvantage since I'm inebriated?
Yes, it's an ability check.
But also,
I mean, you are a
advantage.
Nord. Make a regular check.
Yeah, so it would just be a regular check. I'm like,
Roll
I
insight
am-
on yourself.
that's 12.
Yeah, alcohol does loosen the tongue most of the times.
She goes, she just says, most of the time it'll loosen the tongue. But, but she goes, what really got me was the fact that when we spent that time together traveling around Skyrim, especially during the end of the war, when we were trying to heal, or I was trying to keep people healed. At first, I thought it was just kind of like any job for her, you know?
I nod my head and encourage you to go on.
But then the more I think about it, I think she was trying to keep me alive. Because I have very much the constitution of a small rabbit.
You know, I hate to eavesdrop, but I feel like I have an idea why she might try to keep you alive. Aren't you a healer? And she was fighting a war? It seems to make a lot of sense to me. That's what I would do.
We
And
weren't on the front lines. We were just going around to the different holds of Skyrim to heal those who had gone home, you know?
I guess. I don't know. The way I heard it just now, it's your classic warrior priest relationship.
I turned to Ferdinand very quickly and asked, do you also feel this love for your team?
This one's has love for all his friends, though it's not the kind of romantic love, but care as a friend.
I nod my head and casually ask, oh, and have you had a drink as well?
This one does not drink alcohol.
I nod my head like a bit solemnly, and I say, thank you.
What is Kozurdov having here? Is it just a cup of milk?
Milk.
Yeah.
Milk, yes. Milk drinker.
All right.
Hey, he's a Khajiit. That's the best.
He is pure in body and mind.
Did they serve it in a tankard or a bowl?
Okay. I
In shot glasses.
does it come with catnip?
The innkeeper was very eager to sell you skooma, Kozurdov. He commented on how much Khajiit like sweets and especially skooma. He didn't do it, straight up. He was more subtle. He offered to appease your sweet tooth.
Korzydov refuses. He only dabbles with moon sugar or skooma in religious practices. In general, he avoids skooma as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. He's taken aback by your answer and will continue on doing the rest of his chores and doing his business as an innkeeper.
Funnily enough, I still have that poison from the poisoned scuba.
Mm.
Still waiting to use it. I have no idea when I'm going to use it.
Yeah, you started uncovering a circle of someone was spiking skooma, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I called it ricin, but that might not be the right term.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Azora made arrangements for bedding. She rented this big room with 4 beds. That's 5 of you. And this small one for whoever wanted to sleep alone.
I take out my coin to see if I should sleep alone tonight, and I quickly flip the coin. One moment.
Aurelia volunteers to have the room to herself.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 1, but I didn't even plan out what that means. Upon hearing the volunteer, I say, then I will sleep with the larger team.
I have no problem with
Like Aurelia's just thinking to herself. She goes, "Well, of course, it's just she's at this point inebriated, drunken nonsense is gonna walk into that room."
Mm-hmm.
And kind of just lock the door.
All right.
Korzydov will sleep in the cart to keep guard of the body.
Okay. Then there is no need for a single room to be rented.
Oh, well then in that case, Aurelia's just gonna do
Well,
like.
Azora didn't know, so she already paid for it.
Oh, well then in that case, Aurelia's just kind of um. Yeah, she's just gonna sleep in that room, and she's just gonna think to herself, I don't know, maybe also like hmm, do clerics have message?
I believe they do.
The Argonian is amazed that there's one extra bed and not wanting to waste anything, quickly pushes the second bed, um, like up to one bed and sleeps in a double wide so that nothing goes to waste.
Dice.
Before he goes to bed, Devin wants to write out a like a sales order of and writes the address of his company and writes basically a letter and a quantity in his name and puts a stamp on it and gives it to the tavern owner in case, and he says, well, in case that first bottle sells like sweet rolls, here's how you can order more. Just fill in this order and include the same rate of septims for every bottle, and they'll get it shipped out to you as soon as they can.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. He stamps his little parchment and gives it to him and walks to the other room.
Hmm. The innkeeper takes the parchment and leaves it to the side, under the desk, under the counter there.
Like in a little bit of a drunken stupor, a real small little message. Here, it is just drunken madness. It is.
We cannot understand what you're saying.
I said basically I'm just sending drunken nonsense to a message.
To who?
Is all basically just like to summarize. It's basically like you know,
Okay. Yeah.
just something about love, loving you, something like that. Hard to put it together.
Hmm.
Mm.
She
Well,
thanks you
with
for
that,
your sweet words and reciprocates the camaraderie.
Oh, rejected.
Wasted. Were you saying something, Dunmer?
I think yeah, Devin just he lays down happy he was able to sell something and get a prospective client, and he tucks himself in, just lays down straight in the bed and casts Mage Hand to really tuck himself with the with the spell as his arms are like under the blanket. He doesn't want to pull them out.
Mm. All right. Um, this room is right above this area, so there is a bit of noise coming from beneath you, but it's not anything too much that it prevents you from sleeping. Azora is unconscious. Sorry, Aurelia. Kozhurdov.
Orshudov, well, he always meditates before sleeping, for at least for half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Then he sleeps inside the cart.
Seeing that there's a third available bed, right? Oh.
No.
Are there 3 available beds or no?
There were 4.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop. Thank you.
How many beds do you want?
We
If
need
there is.
the universe of the extended fall from the
Perfect.
sky.
All the beds. Every bed. There is a more special, higher quality, luxurious suite. But it's also more expensive.
Pause.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay.
No.
I can hear you.
You're getting every bed there is in here.
There's so many beds. No, not the beds. Not the beds.
Gargonian gets up at night and starts collecting the beds from the other rooms.
The Argonian asks if the beds are a team and how they get along.
How do you collectively get along? Good talk. Also, I love this character because the Argonian is just like that person that's just asking all the questions.
Kozhurdov, someone is right outside your cart and is peeking inside. You are woken up by the universal signal of quiet, the shh, this sound.
Borzhov will try to listen to anyone speaking or something.
Make a perception check.
Critical fail.
Well, you can't make out anything of what they're saying. And the moment they realize you're up, they start running and get the hell out of Dodge before you see anything.
Borzhov puts his head out of the car, trying to see if he can see the strangers that trying to break into the cart. He doesn't see anything, I guess.
Well, you see 2 humanoid figures, 2 legs, 2 arms, 1
Running-
head,
running
running
away.
away. Yeah, hiding behind taking a turn and disappearing behind a building.
Okay. What time of the night it is?
It's 2 a.m.
2 a.m. Borzhov will decide to sleep again. He could
Alright.
decide to stay up, but that could be detrimental in the following day. He, however, would like try to tie a string to his feet or anything that to the door of the cart. In case it opens, he wakes up.
Okay. Make a survival check.
So survival is okay. I have 2.
Wisdom.
13 plus 2, 15.
You survive. I mean, you successfully tie a string to
Especially-
the canvas of the cart, so that if anybody
So-
pulls it apart or opens it, you will be alerted.
Okay.
What if he rolled a nat 1? He's just dead.
He hangs himself with the string.
Dead. Death by string.
We're all snoring, being fast asleep. You awaken, feeling well rested.
We have all our hit points back, I guess.
Yes.
Is Aurelia still poisoned?
No, Aurelia is sober. And is just like,
She's got a headache, hangover, but she's not poisoned anymore.
just all you hear is just groaning from that room as you all walk by. Just, oh god.
Aurelia, you hear knocking on the door.
She just like gets up, like trying to like rub her eyes, just walking towards the door. The sun locks it.
Mm-hmm.
It's open. Oh, whack with the door.
You see Azora.
Hi.
She can tell that you are hangover by the look on your face. And she says, well, get ready. We're not gonna stay here forever.
Aurelia just gives a thumbs up and goes breakfast first. And she looks and she goes, "You, me, breakfast, don't care. I don't know."
You can tell by the look on her face that she's already have had breakfast. But doesn't disclose this information. She will be having another.
Okay, cool. She's having second breakfast.
Yes.
So Aurelia's gonna go down to the inn and enjoy a nice, probably nice piping hot meal of whatever.
Are you choosing any specific table?
Whatever table we were at last night.
Mm-hmm.
That's art.
No. The Argonian has also made her way out of all of the beds and tries to, as casually as possible, saunter around down the hallway and is almost surprised to see the other two team members. Says, "Wow, you're awake early."
They are having breakfast.
Devin wakes up around the same time, probably a little bit earlier, and goes and sits down. Looks put together, well rested.
Mm-hmm. Azora says, well, I've been waking up early every day to catch as many of the sun's rays as possible. I like
I
the
too like catching the
warmth.
sun's rays.
But Aurelia just kind of looks and just goes, like she's just thinking to herself. She goes, "I think she can catch a lot more than the sun's rays."
The Argonian looks at Aurelia and says, "What can she catch?"
Hopefully not a cold.
Aurelia goes, "It's nothing. It's nothing." Just like very hungover.
Is Kozhurdov awake?
Kozhudov is awake, of course, and he wakes earlier than the others, so he has time to try. Well, in this case, more like physical exercise before breakfast, and he joins the others inside the tavern.
You see, Kozhurdov has a piece of string tied to his tail.
Oh. Aurelia goes, "Rough night."
Kozhudov says, "Somebody tried to break into the cart last night. Fortunately, I was there, and the would-be burglars ran away."
What's in the cart?
What's in the box?
Kozh-
What's in the box?
What's in the
Kozhudov,
box?
Kozhudov doesn't answer. He says, "I will tell you after we leave."
Okay. Do we? Is it because I'm gonna be in the cart? No, I'll probably see it, or are we like pulling the cart? Is it a pull cart or is it a sitting cart? Or is it both?
It's a nice pull cart.
It's
What? What?
It's a nice pull cart.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Korchadov. Kochadov.
so really that
He says your
answer.
name a couple times trying to get it right. Kochadov. Kochadov.
Kozhurdov.
Kochadov. Okay. Yeah. Devin's happy he finally got it. He doesn't sell to too many cats. He's not used to their language and names.
Ollie asks, "Would this happen to be a team cart?"
How did you come
What?
to acquire this card?
What's up with all these questions?
What have I did?
Kozhudov seems kind of baffled for the question, but he answers, It can transport 6 or 8 people."
I say, "Wow, impressive," and nod my head.
Very nice.
Just Aurelia goes, "Yeah, I don't know if it's a team cart. It's a cart that we bought."
Well, let's get going. If you're not done with your breakfast.
Aurelia, yeah, I'm very much done with my eggs and bacon.
I order 5 eggs raw, and I just eat them one at a time, like very casually, like with my mouth closed, very polite.
Hello. Gotta get that protein somehow.
Devin looks disgusted watching the Argonian eat.
Can I do some kind of check to see if I notice that Devin is disgusted?
Yeah, make an insight check.
Okay, 1 second.
Love this Argonian. It's my favorite thing.
Okay, so 18 and then plus 5. So
Yeah,
I get a 23. Do I know?
Yeah, you definitely know.
Yeah, I just have a really
Okay.
Yeah.
I immediately stop, like, at the second egg. Like, I have the egg in my mouth, and I'm, like, staring at you. And then, like, I know that it's rude to talk with my mouth full, so I very carefully pick up a napkin, take out the egg, and place it back on the plate, and say, "Oh, I'm actually full this morning."
good. You must have had a good dinner last night then.
I nod my head and try my politest, slightly sad smile and say, "Mm-hmm."
Wow, that was damn.
Well, off we go then.
I eagerly stand up and push in my chair, ready to go wherever the team's going.
As we're just kind of like going along, Aurelia's still hungover, kind of just puts her head on Azola's lap, thinking, she probably won't give a shit. Like, as we're on the cart, we're like, she probably won't give a shit.
Hmm.
Sleep. Well, not really sleep, just like rest head, because head hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Brain hurt. Brain no want work.
I'm back. I didn't listen to anything that happened in the last half a minute because my soundboard crashed and I had to restart it.
Hey, don't worry, you didn't really miss anything. I just said Aurelia puts her head in Azola's lap, and she's like, fuck it, she ain't gonna notice, she ain't gonna say shit. You know?
Did you catch the Argonian eating raw eggs?
Nope.
Hmm.
Alright, I ate one egg, and then I noticed a look from the dark elf, and I rolled. Noticed that with my insight that he was giving a disgusted look, and quickly excused myself from eating any further.
Going outside, Aurelia, Kozhudov, and Azora, you notice a couple familiar faces. You
Uh-oh.
see some of the hunters you met previously. They were accompanying the follower of Hircine. They are surrounded by other town members, and
We
they
are in the
seem
town then. It's not. Sorry, I was asking. So the the tavern is not like a single building in the middle of the nowhere.
no.
It's on the or actually near or in the city.
It's at the outskirts of the city. Yeah.
On the outside. Okay.
Um, oh, it's, it's, it's Little Jim Bob, General Munchkin Man. And worst of all, Larry. Larry. That's their name, just Little Jim Bob. Larry and General Munchkin Man. We messed with their gang, apparently.
Well, they are surrounded by other town members. And they all have worried looks on their faces.
Aurelia goes, Aurelia goes, why are you all so worried? What's wrong?
Well, the people here seem to be afraid of you. They take a step back when you approach them.
I'm just gonna talk to them from a distance, and I'm gonna go. So, why are you all scared? What's going on?
We learned how you dealt with the hunter.
We have his body.
They recoil to you saying that. So what are you going to do now? Are you just going to
No.
leave?
Korzhdov will join Aurelia.
I would like to do an insight check. What, are these people afraid because we killed this man?
Make an insight check.
It's like, this just doesn't seem right. And also, I don't understand Red Gun Culture. That's an 11.
You can't tell.
Aurelia goes, okay, why would that matter? Maybe we didn't want to leave his corpse outside in the middle of nowhere. Maybe you wanted to give it a proper burial.
Are they looking at the two new members the same way that they're looking at the Khajiit and the Nord and the Red Guard?
No.
Okay.
They look at these three
Korzhdov
differently than they
asks,
look at you. Yeah, Korzhdov?
Korzhdov asks, who is the leader of this city? The authority, so we can deliver the body.
They look amongst themselves and there is no definite answer. They take a minute. They don't answer.
Korzhdov then asks, is there a temple to Stendar?
No vigilance have passed through here for a long time. It's been months. Their outpost is abandoned.
Like clearly Aurelia is just like the hangover's getting to her. She goes, okay, I don't know what your freaking problem is. You asked if we were with him. I said we had the corpse. We're not with him.
Korzhdov tries to explain, we have his body. He was a Deidra worshipper. We need to dispose of his body properly.
Can I roll something to see if I know who this god is?
Make a religion check.
Alright.
What's wrong with Deadra worshippers? Devin asks the cat.
Like Aurelia looks back.
Religion.
Could you ask again? I didn't understand you very
What's
well.
wrong
What
with
did
Deadra
this-
worshippers?
Korzhdov
We Dunmer
answers,
know many good Deadra among them.
Korzhdov says, this Deidra worshipper was a follower of Hirstin, a hunter. He killed for the hunt, not to defend himself or to feed.
And with a 14, what do I know about this god that they don't like or the Daedra that they don't like?
It's a Daedra associated with ferocity, associated with predators, associated with the hunt, and it's generally considered by the nine divine worshipping folk to be an evil deity.
And do I know like what they would do if they were to get the body? Because they say they have to dispose of it. Do I know what that means?
Mm, I. You'd probably have to roll insight on Koshurdov, because I don't know what he's
Okay.
got in mind.
24 insight.
That
So by saying dispose of the body, what does Koshurdov mean exactly? Are you going to ritualistically eat it? Are you going to burn it, bury it, or
I mean, if you told me that eating his body would give the hunters power, but no, no, it's either burying him in sacred ground or burning as a method to purifying his body. I don't know, something like that,
mm.
or it would just throw into the ditch.
Yeah, burial is an accepted way to dispose of a body by the common worship of the nine divines.
So I
Aurelia would
guess
rather. I'd rather respect
Kurzov
her
will then
integrity.
ask the population where is the graveyard or the crypt, any crypt that they have, a city of the dead. Not the city of the dead. What is the name of
Hall of the Dead.
the Hall of the Dead? Yes.
Well, they respond, "We don't want him here. You can keep him. We don't want his body soiling our town any longer."
Why so mistrustful of outsiders? Like, we haven't done anything. All we did was just come into your town, and we really didn't do much.
You killed him. Now are you gonna take over the city? Are you gonna force us to follow you and join in your sickening rituals?
She just pulls out her
Korzhudov,
sign and goes,
he assures them, we do not wish to take over the city. We just wish to rid it from his accursed hunter.
"Wait,
Now we just wanted to give a proper way to dispose of his body. And if you
Aurelia,
do not want to deal with him yourselves, then we'll bring it with us and bury it somewhere else along the way.
Aurelia just pulls out her symbol and she goes, I'm a follower of mine. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to control your lives. Worship whoever you want. I don't give a shit. Don't deface a shrine.
Alright. I like slowly walk up to the Nord and the Khajiit and I say, I actually speak Redguard. Do you think it would calm the crowd if I spoke to them in their native language? Just offering.
She goes, we got this. Don't worry. She goes, now why would a follower of Kine want to ever enslave or boss around an entire
We don't know that you worship kind just because you have a bauble in your hand.
Well, if you go back to the shrine, it's pretty much been cleared of his corruption.
What are you talking about? We haven't made any shrine.
There's a shrine to Keenerith not too far from town. That's where he was doing his hunting.
So it was his shrine?
No, it was a shrine to Keenerith that he was defacing. Killing all the animals, causing them all to be aggressive. I did not take too kindly to that. So yes, he is dead. Not that he gave us much of a choice anyway.
You hear them start murmuring. So what do you want now? Do we need to pay you? They start emptying their pockets of coins.
I don't feel comfortable taking their money, actually. I mean, you know,
Devin says, "Yeah, sure, you can pay us." And he says it in his most convincing, like, "Yeah, I was a part of this." And he's gonna try to deceive the crowd into thinking he helped.
perfect. And there's the true essence of the rope. The best thing ever. Like, I'm not taking any of this. My hands are washed clean, but mainly we just want to get his body out of our cart so we don't have to drag it across Tamriel.
The crowd gives you a total of 21 septims, and let me search.
Should I roll deception or anything?
No.
Cool.
And a ring worth 75 septims.
Do they just? Is anybody coming to collect this other than me, or is it just me walking up to the gold on the ground?
You can have it.
Okay. He collects the 21 septims in the 75 septim ring.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sure.
Let's hope that Kai gives them a bountiful harvest this year and they can actually eat.
After they give you the money and the ring, and blast you and your foul gods, you've ruined our lives.
For what? Getting rid of the guy that was probably running your town?
Borzhdov has a bad feeling and he asks, "What gods do you worship here?"
We worship the Nine. But it's not. They are not the only deities that have been affecting our city. They're not the only deities present. As you've noticed, we've had other Deadra influence us.
Hmm.
Koshudov asks, which Deadra?
Hirsin, as you saw. And
Koshudov then asks, why? What do you expect to gain from Hirsin?
we want nothing to do with Hirsin. It was him. He was worshipping Hirsin and he was using his power to extort us and have the city under his thumb, under his claws. He was even torturing us if we weren't following his bidding.
Why did they say that we did was horrible?
Come again? What?
Like you said, you've made our lives horrible now.
I didn't say you've made. I didn't say that. No.
Oh, I thought I heard that.
I also it seems that I heard the same thing that we made that they're complaining that we've made their lives worse or something. Like we did a bad thing.
Make an insight check
Here we go.
because you have clearly misunderstood.
I rolled. Wait a minute. My insight is how much?
10. Sorry, not
Insight
it
is
was.
2. So I roll 15.
Oh, okay. We're good.
Well, these townsfolk consider you to be in some sort of unison. They consider you to be Deadra worshippers too, just like the hunter was. And when they say you ruined our lives, they group you. They mean you. They say you meaning you and the hunter and any other Deidra worshipper.
Korzhudov says, do you think we are Daedra worshippers? I myself follow Alkosh. You know him as Akatosh.
Aurelia just goes, I follow kind. The fucking Daedra can burn. I don't give a shit. Like, you can tell the hangover's really getting to her.
Mm.
She ain't got time for this.
And so why would we believe you? You might be lying to us. Just because you worship a different deity doesn't mean that you still won't rob us and you still won't make our lives miserable. Will you force us build you temples?
Korzhudov says, you make this one sad. We will leave, and we will bother you no more. Korzhudov then turns to Aurelia and nods like, shall we go?
Aurelia goes, listen, you can make whatever temples you want. You can make a temple to Debella for all I care. Do whatever you want. You're free.
They can even make a temple for Mirak. Wait, no, that not that one.
Oh no, no, not Mirak.
No. Wait.
Her base moral worshippers be like,
Yeah, they're not buying it. They don't believe you.
I have a question for you all. What would we do if we were bad Daedra worshippers? Would we stay and terrorize you, or would we leave and never see you again?
You would put a curse on us. So whether you left or stayed, we would suffer. Thanks for the follow.
like, very frustrated. Aurelia goes, I have no fucking interest in what your lives are. I don't give a fuck. Okay? If I wanted to curse you, which I don't, I do not have the means to do so. Nor do I care to because my goddess wouldn't allow it.
Can I roll to see if I finally realize that this team is actually not popular?
Yeah, at this point, it's pretty evident, I'd say. The
Okay, so I
populace
just
is
know.
not happy, yeah. The populace is not happy with the group's presence.
Okay, I casually like update my journal a little bit.
Will you let us leave?
We don't have the means to stop you even if we tried. You would slay us all. You would sacrifice us to whatever foul god you worship. You would
As
make
much as I think Boethia would enjoy it, I don't have any plans to do so. So please
I know this
part ways
guy.
and we will leave.
The moment he hears the word Boethia come out of your mouth, I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew they were Daedra worshippers, I told you!
Aurelia just looks and goes, okay, I've had enough. Just let us go. And I promise, I will not fucking curse you, but if you keep me here another fucking minute, I swear to God,
Which one?
I will do something to be pissed about. Just let us go. I don't care. I want to go. I have a hangover the size of Texas, whatever Texas is.
Realizing that we're the bad guys being held, I draw my bow and get ready to shoot the loudest person.
No, kid. No. We don't do that.
Korzhdov comments, this one
Do I-
found more warm welcome in the city of ghosts.
Aurelia gets on the cart and goes, let's go before these idiots keep us here any longer.
Realizing the change of plan, I put away my bow and get on the cart.
As soon as everyone's in the cart, I look at the horses and I just try to get them to move as fast as I can just to get out of this stupid.
Korzhdov hops on the cart too, and he says to Aurelia, you should really stop drinking. If your disposition becomes like this.
Aurelia goes, well, you weren't, and you weren't there. like, like she's trying to imply that you were not where she was. Like at one point, she had to deal with Breton nobility, so yeah, her patience can be a little short for idiots.
As he walks away from the crowd, he thanks them again for the ringing, and Devin walks to the cart.
All right. With everyone on the cart, Aurelia make a animal handling check to make the horses go super fast.
This is where we rolled a nat one, lads. Right here. So I'm gonna give myself guidance just to...
Can I help Aurelia with this? And take one of the reins as she tries to wrangle the horses.
Hold on, just wait until we see what the roll is.
You could, yes.
Okay, please roll with
That would-
advantage, Aurelia.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll 2d20, then just pick the highest one.
Uh-huh.
The highest one was a 19.
Nice. Successfully. You handle the animals. And in a few short minutes, you are far away from here, making the horses go as fast as they could.
I whisper to trying to bless that town, despite the fact that they caused me to lose my patience.
Can I roll to see if I noticed that they asked to bless the town? Or do I already know? It's obvious.
Yeah,
it's
it wasn't done. It wasn't done in secret.
Okay, then I write that down.
Write that down. Write that down.
You know what? You know, we are gonna find something for her to write down. It's gonna be funny. We're just gonna have her write down the worst adventure. She's just like, we're gonna. That's it. That's it.
Wait a minute, Bacon. Are you suggesting for us to do the most outrageous thing to make her stop writing?
No,
I'm not gonna write this. Is that your? Is that
listen.
your
I'm not
implying?
Listen, I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I'm not saying we shouldn't.
Stop it.
I'm just amazed there's an Argonian who knows how to write.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I smile a bit proudly and say I've been practicing.
Proceeds to write down.
He laughs out loud at that. He thinks it's hilarious. Oh.
An Argonian who speaks.
Not going that talks back to a dark elf. Have you managed?
Oh.
I'm not used to it, I'll be honest.
I say I'm on my best behavior.
Aurelia explains on the ride that the reason why she seemed so impatient to deal with people like that is because she dealt with the exact same situation. Except in this case, she dealt with bickering idiots, bickering rich folk.
This happens a lot to you.
Aurelia
People
goes,
angry that you're
sadly,
there
for
and-
some reason, Kine tends to test me on this sort of thing.
Mm.
I asked, do you think they're angry that you're here, or do you think that they're angry that you're here with your team?
Aurelia, to be honest, they're just superstitious, so we can't really hold it against them.
I nod.
What do we see as we travel from the town? Down the road.
Which way are you going?
Ideally east.
Towards Cyrodiil.
Whichever way the sun's coming up. I assume, well, actually, is the star that they use as the sun, does it rise in the east instead in the west in Tamriel, or is it different?
Am I supposed to know
I
that?
don't know, I'm just...
It does. It does normally rise in the east and sets in the west.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah,
It's
so-
the moons that are a bit different.
Yeah, the moons are weird,
Yes.
as the cat, I'm sure, is aware.
Yeah. So there's two options to go towards Cyrodiil. You could go over the mountain, over the cliffs, and cross the river towards Skaven. Or you could go to Carnver Falls and then to Verkarth, which is the second, which is a big city around Mount Corton.
Okay, who wants to go to the city of Scape?
The way towards Carnver Falls is a regular road rather than a mountain pass. It's gonna be faster.
I ask, is Skaven heads or tails?
No, I'm making a joke. Because,
Oh.
well, is it infested with rat people?
I don't think that's the same universe, man.
Yeah, wrong universe, bro.
Will they talk speak like weird things and then try to kill us?
So we are at mold, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Next to penicillin. Unfortunately. I know.
That's because penicillin was found in molds. The bottom of a ship, even a rowboat. I vote.
I think we. Yeah. Sorry, you go.
Because we are bringing, we are on the cart. I vote to go to Camphor Falls.
I vote with the cat. I don't know enough about the road to make an educated decision.
Hearing that two people want to go to a certain place, I quickly agree that we should go there.
Yeah, let's just go there. And not along the way, if we're going by a mountain pass, we can just drop this dude's body in a mountain pass.
I was thinking we just do it here, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm sure the sands will cover it in a day or so.
Do you want these people to hate us even more?
Well, let's go a couple miles down the road. We can do it then. It won't
We
be
drop
much
him when they
longer. It'll
start. We
drinking.
will drop him when he starts to smell.
Okay.
Unless
Also,
somebody has high tolerance for bad smells.
No, I can tolerate a smell.
Also, I hope you two don't mind, but we are, or at least I am, on my way to make some corrections in the Skyrim timeline.
Yes.
We must kick Nazim's dad in the balls.
Are you saying
And
the same
slap-
character, or are we metagaming?
Metagaming.
And slap
Like outside
and
of game.
slap Grelot kind in the face.
As she's still young. Okay. So, on the road. The road is parallel to a river, which is not named officially, so I'll take the liberty to do so myself.
Wait a minute. I'm watching the map too. If we want to go to Cyrodiil, there's no point to go to Skaven. We should instead turn south and go to Verkarth. It's a more direct route to Cyrodiil.
Through Carnver Falls.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Since have we already left the town?
Yeah. You were going pretty fast.
Aurelia moving like a bat out of hell.
Yeah. Are you going towards Carnival Falls or Skaven?
I
Carnival
vote
Falls.
going for Carnival. Yes, because we still haven't made the proper decision. I vote for being to Carnival Falls.
I'm going to wherever Cyrodiil is. If that's the falls, then we're going to the falls.
Yes, because Skaven will point us more into the southwest of Skyrim to Falkirk.
I wait to see what the Nord says.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Let's just go.
I
Go
agree with
towards
everyone.
the nice. I'd like to go towards a nice town, please.
Probably there are no nice towns. Probably.
We are in Hammerfell after all.
What are you doing here, Nord? I could end you with a thought.
Yes. You're traveling alongside a river. In a named river.
Yeah.
The Summerlin River. I'll send it. Hints on the heresy trader. Summerlin River. Towards Carnival Falls. Obviously, there are other people that are traveling to and from this city. Towards Mold, for whatever reason. Most you see are ironically hunters, farmers, or fishermen. And they do not recognize you as the townsfolk did, as they haven't been to town yet to receive the news. They greet you with relative kindness. Some of them look at the Dunmer weirdly, in a weird way.
I
But,
smile a fake salesman smile at them as they give me their looks.
I make sure to shake each one of their hands and look them in the eyes with my best lizard smile.
Koshudov asks them how much for to Carnival Falls. Like 1 day or two of.
By what I see
Of
here, yeah, I'd say it's around 3 days of travel.
Okay.
Argonian, remind me your name. Keep forgetting.
Ollie,
Only
last
like
name Gria. Like Allegria, but Ollie Gria.
Hey, that's my nickname, Ollie.
I want you to make a
How does
persuasion
that-
test.
Okay. A 5, I think, -1, so I got a 4. Persuasion, he said.
Yes.
Corn dog. How does your name spell Alegria?
ALL.
A-L-E-G... A-L,
Sorry.
okay.
So it's ALL-GREE. Oh no, my bad. I spelled it wrong. Give me a second to pull up the character sheet.
I spelled it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay. The fisherman don't respond kindly when you go to shake their hands.
I make a note of this.
It's a mix of fear and, well, not anger.
General distrust.
Yeah, it's a fear and mistrust. Because they appear to be unfamiliar with your species, your race.
Hmm. And do I know this? Do I know it's because of my race?
Make an insight check.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I got a 5 plus 5. I got 10. Do I know?
Yes, you know. One of them says, "The fish is not free, lizard. Keep your eyes to yourself."
I say that, no worries. I have no need of your fish, as I can breathe underwater infinitely and could eat infinite fish from this lake or from this river if I desired. But thank you for your consideration.
And fear turns to confusion when you speak so elaborately.
Do I notice this?
Yes.
Do I know why they're confused? Okay. I say, I am simple lizard person. You are fishermen with tools. I no need tools. I good catch fish. And I do this like completely unironically, like trying to speak to him on his level to build rapport.
Aurelia just kind of looks back, kind of just rolls the bridge of her nose. She goes, just listen. I know you mean well, but I don't know if they're gonna take it that way.
I say, would you like to be a mediator then? I say, thank you, team member. And I like step aside slightly so that you can talk to the fisherman for me.
I don't even know what to talk about with these guys.
So, any good fish tonight?
Yeah, any good
They
fish?
biting?
Is bite?
You got any good fish, huh?
Didn't goblins stole all your fish and all your nets or something?
Oh, good lord.
Oh.
Or we can see the fish.
Resembling.
Oh,
Yeah, you
Sure.
guys get any good? You guys get any good catches?
look at this guy on the left. This fella.
Dude, he's like emaciated. Do you see his chest?
Yeah, because he's not catching any fish.
Yeah.
Do I see this guy with the emaciated chest?
The farmers.
Wow.
Mm,
They look angry.
yeah, the fisherman has had better days, honestly.
Alright, I look at him with pity, and realize that he must be upset because he's not good at catching fish. I offer to catch a few fish for him in his stead.
Aurelia just. She's just kind of like, I don't. You don't understand Redguard, do you?
I speak Redgar fluently. What would you like me to tell them?
Aurelia just looks to Korshinov just with the help. Help me.
Listen, I said if you guys wanted to bring the lizard, you could bring the lizard. All right, this is not my decision.
Korshinov, I said the Khajiit. I look at him like, help me. Help me.
Korzydov
I think we.
says, this one does not know how to help you. You're on your own.
Aurelia sighs and she goes, listen. Oh,
Do I
red guards tend to be very prideful.
Oh.
You
So I
might
asked
be
for
insulting them.
The fisherman responds to Alegria offering to catch fish, and he agrees. He wants to see you in action. He wants to see how you catch fish, and you can by judging by the smile on his face, his smile. He's expecting to see you dive in the water and get all soaking wet, while he doesn't have to resort to such physical solutions to catch fish because Redguard has tool.
Okay. Ah. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Can I say that I changed my favorite terrain to desert during the long rest? Or no?
Yes, you could. Yes.
Okay, so desert's now my favorite terrain, and I'm going to try to catch fish. For the red guard, how do I know how many fish I caught?
Make a survival check first.
Okay, I'll have to read my character sheet. Give me 1 second. Y'all can continue. Or while I fish.
It's 5. Yeah, the fisherman is still watching the Argonian display her fishing abilities. The rest of them aren't really interested in any conflict with the Argonian or anybody else. They're just passing by. It's just that it's not every day that they meet either Dunmer or Khajiit even, with let alone all of them together. And,
What, they find our tea. Listen, we have our HR rep. Do you want to talk to Azora? She's our HR.
yes, she's
Needless to
the
say-
only familiar, face. She's the only familiar kind person to them. They are red guards
Okay.
too. What?
When you're ready, I got the fish.
Oh wow,
You got a 22?
22.
Okay.
Yeah, because it adds her proficiency bonus the second time.
Mhm.
With,
It's favorite terrain, and I get twice as much food because it's my favorite terrain. So
Mhm.
however many
Sort
fish I get twice.
Roll 5d8s.
Okay.
something tells me this river's gonna be empty after this time.
Alright.
Oh my
After rolling 5d8, my total is 27.
You've got 27 fish.
Okay. I have the 27 fish in my hand, and I start to hand over the fish, and then I stop, and I take half of them, and I say, "You can have these," and I only give him half the fish. So he gets 13. I keep 14,
Mhm.
and I hope that he doesn't notice that I have one more than him.
Well, he's too astounded to count, And one of the other guys comments, "Well, maybe you should start diving too." And they start having an argument amongst themselves. This guy is very angry and lashes out at the other two.
I check to see if any of the rest of my team wants one fish each. I like offer each of you one fish and ask if you'd like one.
Azura will have one.
Korshdov will gladly accept one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
begrudgingly
Thank
accept
you.
a fish.
I give each person one fish, and then I before I take a bite of the fish, I check to see that the dark elf isn't disgusted.
He's too busy thinking about what he's gonna do with the fish to pay attention to you.
I start eating some fish. I'm very hungry from breakfast. I quickly finish them.
Just swallow them all.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
swallow them whole. As quick as I can before anyone can notice.
Yeah.
It's just the tail
eat
hanging
fish.
out,
Yeah.
and then you slurp it back.
After I kind of determine that I'm just gonna let it hang on off my pack for a while, I look back at the Argonian and notice that she's out of fish and that she just had 8. Where did you put the rest of them?
I say they're in a better place now.
Oh, that's good to hear.
The fishermen will continue on their way to Mold.
Well, don't go there. They'll probably think you're a Deidre worshiper. I'm saying this under my breath.
And you can overhear one of them say, "Well, I can't wait to say this story to the guys at the inn. They'll love it." Just if it wasn't for that Hirsin worshipping guy.
He's gone.
Make a persuasion test.
We got his body in the back.
What? Do you show them the body?
Yeah.
They recognize him immediately.
Korshdov asks to them, "Do you know of a temple to Stendar that maybe is close?"
You'll find an outpost at Carnver Falls. There isn't anyone near here.
Korshdov says, "This one is thankful for your advice. To Camber Falls we go."
It's a pretty big one too. It's their main hub where they come towards the rest of the Alikir Desert. There is many tales of evil creatures around here, and the vigilance makes sure that these tales remain tales. We could have used them earlier, honestly, he says, looking at the body of the hunter. We had made requests countless times, but none of them came. I wonder why is that?
Because they are useless. Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe.
Maybe just busy. But I guess those could be hand in hand. Huh? Busy and useless.
Maybe they were themselves too scared of the hunter.
Who knows?
Well, good luck with your fish diving, whatever you guys are gonna do now. Hope you learn something.
The guy that lost the contest is muttering, diving ass. Hit skin looking at. And then make their way back to Mold. We'll let the other people know of the good news that you've taken care of the hunter. But
Oh, they already know.
You freed the city?
No, they think that we were there to enslave them.
Well, what did you do? Did you... Since
We let them.
you killed the hunter, did you take his place? Are you the ones now that are
We left them in
terrorizing
peace.
Mold?
All over again.
Oh, really? He goes, we left them in peace. Just clearly not in the mood to have to
How
deal
many
with
fishermen
them.
are there?
It's these three.
These three. We have no interest in your dinky little town. Please move along.
Damn, I was trying to be nice.
They say, please don't hurt us. We were only joking. You can keep your fish.
Aurelia, get me out of here. Like, Aurelia puts her, like, very frustrated. She just puts her head in Azor's lap going, get me out of here.
I hop in the cart. I'm trying to start getting the horses going.
Seeing that someone else has hopped in the cart, I also hop back in the cart, not wanting to be left behind.
Grumpy cleric noises.
Do you remember this guy? Anyway. Azora will go face to face with one of the fishermen. You can see that he's very obviously frozen in terror. And she just goes, boo! And they start running.
Boo! Aurelia starts laughing. She goes, okay, that improved my day. Happy cleric noises.
Can't seem to be put on the cart.
God, I can't wait to print out these world eaters.
To Carnival Falls. Your journey is mostly uneventful. For the first time in quite some time, you see rain clouds in the distance, forming over Mount Corton. You already start to feel the moisture going up, the humidity going up around the river.
I look around to see if there's any cacti or vegetation in the desert.
There are cacti, yes, and some short bushes.
Alright, my heart tells me to dig like small little moats around the plants so that hopefully they get more water or something like that.
Mm.
So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, as we're traveling, everyone that we pass by that's like close enough, I'll like hop off real quick, go do that, and then hop back on the cart. I'm pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Traveling, you meet more people busy with their everyday activities around the river, around the places where there is denser vegetation, where the dry desert gives way to the fertile plains. The fields people are cultivating. It already starts to feel different. And it starts to get late. The warmth of the day gives way to a piercing cold in the desert.
Aurelia is very cold. She's like,
Since we're taking a long rest, I'll change my favorite environment to whatever environment we're about to go into. Oh, plains then. Okay.
Yeah,
Whichever it
plains.
is.
Aurelia is so cold. She decides to huddle up next to Zora for warmth.
Um, the terrain is either grassland or it's grassland.
It's grassland, is not exactly desert only. It's like more savanna.
You're
Enough for that.
leaving the desert behind, and you are going towards grassland, around the river and towards the more towards the center of the continent.
So we're going into a grassland, which could. Oh no! Oh no! I hear fortunate son.
Since it's so cold, Devin's gonna cast Create Bonfire, and start a campfire next to him. We're just gonna keep warm.
I bring a rock and put it near the fire to warm it. Wait for it to get a little warmer, and then once it's warm, I take it off and I sleep on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the height I was thinking.
And so another day ends. And this will be it for today's session.
All right.